welcome back to the Micro Vlogcast. This is Brian coming to you live from Zionsville, Indiana, broadly Indianapolis, Indiana. We're at the home of Cornerstone Environmental Health and Safety, which is the company that is just merged with Foresight this past spring of 2024, in the event you're watching this out in the future. We have been talking this whole season about Cornerstone and Foresight and environmental health and safety and sustainability all coming together. And we welcome back Cassie to the, what is this, the vlogcast, wherever we are. And Wendy's here with us. And we want to talk about another very specific case study, a real example of how environmental health and safety has bled into and catapulted into sustainability and how these things are intertwined. And so, Cassie, you have a client.
I do.
And you have a story. Tell us this client. Tell us the story.
Yeah, so this is, dare I say, I'm not naming them, so it's one of my favorite clients. So I can, right? Can I say that? I'm saying that.
You can say they're one of your favorites.
I talked before about how much I adore the people in my life, both internally and externally. This is one of my favorites. So, so long-term, you've seen Syndiomatic, long-term client with Cornerstone that we service environmental, health, and safety. We hit all the things with them, as well as the SDS management software. So we've been...
And this is they make stuff, they're manufacturer.
They make stuff, yeah.
How many, just give us high level, how many locations-ish?
Currently, we serve, from the EHS standpoint, we have 4.
But how many do they have overall?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a Wendy question, yeah.
They're
25
global. They're global. So
plus and global?
Yes, I would say 25 plus and global.
Okay, great. So manufacturer, automotive supply chain.
Yeah. So
25 plus global. This is who we're dealing with here.
That's who we're dealing with.
And your favorite.
Sorry, I didn't say that, but yes.
You did great.
So came to me from the C-suite and said, hey, I've been charged with coming up with some sustainability. And I will tell you, very funny guy. He's like, sustainability, whatever that is. Anyway, I need help with it. And so I need you to figure that out for me because you do all the environmental things. So this feels environmental. And I'm like, you know what? I know a group. And this was actually pre-merger. The introduction was pre-merger. Maybe conversations were happening. And I said, I know a group. I have some friends that we've made in Grand Rapids, and I would love to be able to participate in the call with you so that I can learn more too. And they welcomed it, and I got to meet Wendy on that call. So
yeah, that was our first meeting.
Yeah, it was. And then we started the sustainability road.
It's easy to say.
Sustainability roadmap project for them. And Wendy and her group took it from there. So
we actually started, I think, 4 projects right off the bat. It was
Scope 1, Scope 2 greenhouse gas emissions for the whole footprint, I believe.
the whole footprint, yep. And then we also supported them with EcoVadis. So that's a disclosure report platform, which shares all of their sustainability information through this platform. We helped them with another platform called Supplier Assurance, which is coming out of, it's almost like a regulation coming out of Germany, and they needed to provide that. And if they weren't going to do that supplier assurance, their customer was going to give them a hard time. So we stepped in to help them to make sure the customer didn't give them a hard time.
Yep.
And then we got into the road mapping as well. And now we're expanding out into Scope 3 and life cycle assessments and all kinds of fun stuff with them.
Yeah, I love this story. So environmental compliance work for 4 of the facilities stateside turns into a conversation at the corporate level with you around, we got this sustainability stuff, what do we do? Mm-hmm. And then less than a year later, Scope 1, Scope 2 greenhouse gas emission calculations happening, disclosure support happening, sustainability roadmap with the C-suite happening, all rooted in you built a great relationship with someone across 4 of their plants, and now we're working with them globally.
Yeah.
Solving, this is it's a great story because it's solving real problems, and they did not have solutions on how to figure this out.
Yeah, and I think something also from this one that's real important is something we see across all our facilities too, where you have that person that's wearing all the hats, right? Right. And so the person that contacted me that I work with is in more of an traditional HR role, and he's like, I'm juggling too many things here. You take care of this for me, help me with this.
Yeah.
And I couldn't say greater things about that first call with you two, and you've just through my experience with the merger, like have just echoed that time and time again, and the tempo and what you bring in front of folks just to explain things in a way, you know, especially he, but also other of my clients that I've brought you in on calls with. It's been had the same feels, have the same Wendy feels. So
That's awesome.
sorry,
Cool.
I'm taking this as a platform
That's
for
great.
kudos.
You did, this is
to
great.
lift her up.
Brag on teammates. This is wonderful. No, well, thanks. And that really, this episode is really about like, hey, a real tangible example of how the connectivity between environmental compliance and global sustainability, it happens. And this is the connectivity. It's really with the people and the roles and the responsibilities that a lot of clients are being tasked with. This is a great example. And why we're excited about bringing the joint offering to market to all of our collective clients and beyond. So, well, thanks very much for joining, and have a wonderful week. And we'll see you for one last episode of this season of the Microvlogcast. See you next time.
Why isn't anybody singing it with me?
What's that song?
That's your song. That's a vlogcast song.
Oh,
What song?
the
Micro vlogcast. Have you seen the micro vlogcast?
Yeah, I didn't know there was a song though.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Something like an entry to Johnny Carson or something.